Hey guys, it's Dan, and today we are going to be doing a player spotlight on Brooklyn Nets third-year guard forward Caris Levert, a player that I am personally very fascinated by, has gotten off to a hot start at the beginning of the season. I've gotten a lot of requests for this player, and I've done player video breakdowns before, but I've never posted them on YouTube, so let's hope I don't screw this up. Anyway, like I said, I like Caris Levert. I'm fascinated by him. I've been a fan since Michigan. He was on that team that had Stauskas, Trey Burke, Mitch McGary, Glenn Robinson, Tim Hardaway Jr. Kind of a stacked team, and he stuck out to me because he just has this like air about him. It's no bravado. He's humble. By all accounts, he's a soft-spoken guy. He comes from a small like suburban place in Ohio, and I don't know. I just like him because when he's on the court, he is an assassin. And this year, he is killing it. He is putting up 21, 4, and 5. It's still his third year. He's 24 years old. And yeah, I'm a big fan, so I'm excited to jump into this video. But before we do that, I gotta share this story. A couple years ago at NBA Summer League in 2016, I am in Las Vegas in attendance at a Brooklyn Nets game in the Cox Pavilion, and I'm sitting there, I'm soaking in the game, and it's like interrupted by this loud voice next to me that's like, "Let's go! Let's go, Caris! Let's go, boy! Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go, Caris! Let's go, boy! Let's go!"
Just so many let's goes. And I look over there, and it's this lady in a Brooklyn Nets jersey, and on the back it says Mama Levert. And I'm like, oh yeah. And she was so into the entire game. Obviously, well, her son was playing, but she was just so cool. And I hate to support a player more just because I love their mom, but that's just how I feel about Mama Levert. She's so great. Her energy in the arena that day was infectious, and you know she was a good mom because the second Caris finished the game and he came back from the locker room, he booked it straight past all the little kids that wanted autographs, all the people that wanted to talk to him. The first thing he did was he went and gave his mom a hug and a kiss, and that's just what it's all about, guys. So shout out to Mama Levert. We're about to talk about your son. So anyway, I'm going to be talking about 4 main things that, as I was going through the tape of Caris, watching his games this season, 4 main things that I noticed that really caught my eye. And we are going to start with his continued growth as just a natural scorer. And what I mean by a natural scorer is he scores from multiple levels of the court. He doesn't necessarily possess elite athleticism, straight line speed, not a vertical athlete really, although he's above average, and doesn't really have elite ball handling, although it's good for his size, but he just gets where he wants to on the court, and he's really fun to watch. He uses great change of pace, herky-jerky moves. So let's look into that a little bit and see a little bit of where he's getting that 21 points per game from, because he's scoring 1.1 points per isolation possession, and that is really good, really impressive on high volume for a 24-year-old. So let's take a look. Okay, so a lot of these things are things that we saw last year. So there's inside pick and roll, big steps. He has long strides, full extension to get to the basket. That's a really good left-hand finish. Here he is switched on Damian Jones. Ooh, that's a half spin. Smitty gets the and one. Let's watch that again. I didn't really catch that. So it's, yeah, shades of Steve Smith, maybe Michael Jordan in the baseline, except for Patrick Ewing wasn't there to yam on. That's a really fluid thing for a guy 6'7" to do. Not a lot of guys can do that. But Caris, like I said, it's a natural scorer, and he's only grown in that this year. Here he's on Eric Gordon. Ooh, nasty right to left crossover. Another strong left-handed finish. That's good. Here he's got Ntilikina on him. Puts him in jail a little bit. Doesn't quite have the girth to keep him in jail, but that's a nice step through. Nice step through there. Here he is operating on Mikal Bridges. He's got a series of fakes. He really knows how to use his shoulders, throw different limbs in the air. He's got long limbs and guys just fall for it. Here he's got Capella on the switch. Oh, Capella doesn't know where he's going. See, he sells that spin back so hard, and if you bite on, he steps through. Same thing right there. DeAndre Ayton, that spin back is something that we've seen a lot from him. Here he's on Julius Randle. Same thing. Same exact clip. Let's watch that again. Julius, where are you going? And because he is he's so good at extending with the left hand, you kind of have to go for that. So here he's switched on Muscala. Muscala, see, he's not elite straight line quickness, but he's good enough to get by guys like that. That's a good wrong-footed finish. Here he's on Ben Simmons. Oh, wait, what did he? Let's do that again. I want to see that subtle little move that he did to freeze Embiid. So here Simmons get through, a little bit miscommunication, does that little ball snap, and Embiid uses the leverage of the threat of the Allen pass to get. So as you can see, Caris Levert is a really crafty scorer, and something that I like about him is his shot selection. He does not settle for long twos. Only 3% of his shots this year come from long two range, from 16 feet to the three-point line. He tries to get all the way to the basket, tries to get into the paint at least, or he'll shoot a three. We'll talk about more in a little bit about getting to the paint. So the second thing I want to talk about is he's gotten a little bit stronger this year. Now, when he came into the league, he was 180 pounds. Now he's listed at 204 pounds, and you can see that a little bit on offense and defense. Guys are bouncing off him a little bit more. He is not scared of contact. He will get into the paint. His free throw rate has increased every single year. So let's take a look at some of the evidence of his increased strength. Okay, what do we got here against the Pelicans? Looks like a transition opportunity. Julius Randle's coming up to contest this. Okay, so he gets knocked off of his plane a little bit, but he's in midair. Julius Randle's a big guy. That's a good and one finish. Okay, here he's got Alonzo Trier in jail, gets Vonleh in the air. Once again, he falls down a little bit, but being able to maintain that body control with Vonleh, who's a brick wall, that's pretty impressive from where he started. Crosses over on Drew Holiday, finishes right through him. And Drew's another strong guy. That's a really good finish. Okay, looks like we have kind of a switch with Durant, just able to fend off Durant easily, one of the best shot blockers in the league. There you see a really good example of his off-ball cutting and finishes through Simmons again, who's another, these are some of the best defenders in the league right here. And his off-ball cutting is one of his strengths. Nice crossover, gets to the basket on Looney, able to finish using that 6-7 frame. Okay, so right here, there's 6 seconds left in the game. What do you think he's gonna do? He doesn't settle for the long two. Gets to the basket, finishes through Hardaway. I like that about him. He is not scared of contact. Even though he is of slight build, he uses his strength well. Nice back cut. See, he doesn't even feel Drew on his back on that. That's a good finish. He does have decent vertical athleticism if he's going in a straight line. So here we're gonna see a defensive example of his strength. See, Booker tried to fend him off with that off arm. Caris was not having that. And he's always been a good steals guy, but his blocks are going up a little bit now. See, Cannon tried to bump him off, tried to give him that little rear bump, and Caris just wasn't having it. So with Levert's increased strength, opponents have been dropping back into the paint more and inviting him to shoot floaters, and Caris has obliged. This year, he is shooting an astonishing 62% from floater range, which is something we did not see last year. In fact, last year he shot 31% from that range. And not only that, but his frequency has also gone up. He's shooting 23% of all of his shots from 3 to 10 foot range. Shooting 62% from that range is probably not sustainable, and it's a bit of a reason why I'm a little bit skeptical that his amazing efficiency, well, I shouldn't say amazing, but above average efficiency compared to what he's done in his career, will continue at his higher usage rate. So let's take a look at some of these examples of floaters that have been going in for Caris so far this season. Okay, so looks like he switched on Amir Johnson. Hard right hand drive, kind of awkward, bounced off of him. That is, that's a tough shot. He has touch, but that's a shot you wouldn't really expect to go in. Okay, uses the threat of the Allen alley-oop to get Davis on his heels. That's a really good floater. That's a high percentage floater. This one going to his left on CP, that's honestly pretty lucky. Look at the net spacing right there. Look at that spacing. He's able to just meander down the right side of the lane with PJ Tucker on him, throw up that right-handed floater. Here he is. Yeah, that would technically be floater range. So he can do the spin back going hard right and going hard left. Looks like we missed this clip. What happened? Oh, we have a little bit of a replay. So Peyton's fighting through the screen, spins back to the left, across his butt. See, I think that shot went in. That is a hard shot. So that looked like a drag screen there. Canner lays back. Yeah. So these are some examples of his floater repertoire. It's pretty good, but I mean, nobody shoots that high from floater range. So we'll have to see. That's a tough shot right there too. So he's making shots from all over the floor, except for long two, like we talked about. Okay, drives on Simmons. That's, I don't know what that was. That was kind of an awkward shot. Yeah, let's watch it again. So it looked like Simmons, so this is good. His shooting is so good that Simmons closed out too hard. Muscala comes over to help, straight up and down. That's a nasty finish. I would be mad if the opposing team hit a shot like that on me. Okay, so I don't want to end on a sour note. Nobody wants to end on a sour note. So let's talk about something that I saw in Levert's film that really, really impressed me, and that is his three-point shooting, which I did not expect to impress me because going in, I knew that he was only shooting 35% from three. I say only. 35% is good. It's not great. It's okay, though. And he shoots it at a high volume. But what really impressed me was when I broke down the difficulty of the shots, because we know not all three-point attempts are equal, okay? Catch and shoot is easier. Shooting from the corners is easier. So with that said, Caris has only taken 5 three-pointers the whole season from the corners. That is insane. And he's taken 44 above the break. So the offense is not manufacturing him three-pointers in the most efficient areas. And to go with that, only 44% of his three-pointers are assisted. That is so low. Let's talk about Steph Curry, for example. Steph Curry, known as shooting off the dribble artist, probably one of the toughest three-point shot maker in history. Actually, that's not debatable. But anyway, Steph Curry's has 66% of his three-pointers assisted this year. So Caris Levert is way below that. Most of these shots are coming off the dribble, self-created. So that 35%, I'm honestly really impressed by that. So let's look at these, and a lot of these are really impressive. Okay, there's going to be a bunch of these. You can't go under that screen, Drew. He'll step back behind that, and he really likes the elbow extended areas. And he's got those long legs, he can just step back. That's a miscommunication. I don't know what Damian Jones is doing right there. Ayton doesn't like going back there. Easy step back. Yikes. Yeah, he's got those long strides. Ron Baker, no chance. Oh, that is wet. That almost landed on the out of bounds line. Who's this, Jerebko? Sizing him up, step back, clean. There's not a lot of guys in the league that can do this. And he's not really good on shooting on the move as far as laterally, but he is good at getting balance really quick. He prefers like a straight line step back rather than kind of drifting to either side. I guess that one was kind of drifting. KD a little bit late on the contest. He's a big game player. He's not scared of playing against big guys. Carmelo. That is the Houston Rockets 2018-19 season right there. It's that defense by Carmelo. Yeah, look at honestly, he had so many impressive off the dribble threes that I saw. And then when you close out, when he has the threat of that three, he has the straight line ability to get to the basket, at least against the Suns defense. Okay, that three was kind of nasty. I wasn't a big fan of that, but okay. And to finish off, I want to do some quick thoughts about his passing. You see him finding Russell in the corner there. I wanted to be more impressed by his passing. I really did. I mean, that's a nice find, but lots of guys can make that move on the roll. I wanted to be more impressed with his pick and roll reads. I wasn't, honestly. I mean, that's a nice find to Jared Allen. He has pretty good chemistry with Jared Allen. Good over the top. They're eating alive that Damian Jones, Klay Thompson pick and roll. Ooh. Doing work on Simmons. See, right there, I don't know if I like the decision to pass to RHJ in the short corner. I would have preferred going to the corner for that three. That's probably the most impressive pass that I saw from him. That's a nice, and peace.